Merry Christmas, everyone, and Happy Holidays! The North Pole Bakery is open all season for orders. What sweet treats are we making for Santa today?
Hello?
This is Santa speaking.
12 days of Cocoa Bombs! Hey guys, there's no better way to count down the days to Christmas than with the 12 days of Cocoa Bombs. Every morning you have a new yummy flavor or jolly character to look forward to, and you never know what you're gonna get, especially that we are making 3 delightful holiday flavors in gingerbread, sugar cookie, and peppermint. Then later on, we're putting all of them into a festive DIY advent box that would bring lots of smiles as a gift for family and friends. So be sure to keep on watching. While you guys are doing all of the holiday shopping, definitely make a stop by your local craft stores such as Joann's or Michael's to put a unique seasonal twist on your hot cocoa bombs with these limited edition chocolate melts. Today we're using a delicious gingerbread and peppermint from Sweet Tooth Fairy brand and sugar cookie from Wilton, which I have 3 bags of, by the way, because it's that amazing. And the best mold for the technique is a 3-part mold. This one is 60mm spheres, and you can make more of them much faster than with a silicone mold. Now, to get our chocolate melted, pop it in the microwave for 30 seconds and stir. Then continue in 10-second intervals until completely melted. Here to my red melts, I mixed in a small amount of Chef Master candy coloring for a more festive holiday red. The red melts are Merkin's brand since I had lots on hand, but you can use the Sweet Tooth Fairy as well and melt them all with the same microwaving method. But the key is to check that the temperature is not above 90 degrees before you start molding, or there will be white spots on top of the spheres. It will be in trouble because chocolate has a mind of its own, so it's always a good idea to check the temperature of where it's at. It's also a must to have pristine, clean molds. My favorite trick for shiny cocoa bombs are to give the molds a general clean as you normally would. Then go over the inside and inserts with a damp paper towel that has a tiny amount of clear vodka on the towel. It gets the molds squeaky clean and prevents that dull appearance on cocoa bombs that nobody wants. When you are ready to mold, look for the fill line and begin adding in spoonfuls of chocolate until the line has been reached, working as quickly as possible before the chocolate sets. And no worries if you go over the line, as long as there's enough, it's better to overfill and form a beautiful full sphere. The magic of this mold is you don't need to use a brush. Just place the inserts directly into each cavity and press the top cover directly over it, giving it a good press on the front and back to thoroughly distribute the chocolate, and squeeze each individual sphere to prevent air bubbles. Next, they are all set to chill for 15 minutes. And once the time is up, get your gloves on. And Mr. Gingerbread says to handle the cocoa bombs with care to keep them shiny and crack-free. Look at the shine on these cocoa bombs. It was all achieved with the right temperature of chocolate and super clean molds. Remove the top cover and gently peel away the inserts to reveal the perfect chocolatey shell. If your chocolate overflowed the molds like my red spheres did here, crack it off little by little, and after peeling it away, you are still left with a clean and smooth result inside and out. For our cocoa bomb designs, I molded the shells in classic red, peppermint, gingerbread, and sugar cookie. The only shells not shown here are the Sweet Tooth Fairy brand in blue and white using the same techniques. Let's go ahead and assemble them with your favorite cocoa mix and mini marshmallows. And all you need to do is swirl one of the spheres around on a warm plate for a few seconds and add in your cocoa mix. This flavor is peppermint and a handful of mini marshmallows, as much as I can fit so that the chocolate bomb is able to close. My other tips are to clean off your gloves in between assembling each one so that the melty chocolate doesn't smear your other cocoa bombs, and to use another plate for each color to prevent color transfer. The color that I didn't mold on camera was a Sweet Tooth Fairy in blue. It reminds me of a stunning winter wonderland. Remember to line up the spheres as best as you can and not to melt it for too long. A few seconds is all you need to create clean and crisp cocoa bombs. It's finally decorating time, and Fiona the Fairy is getting all the sparkly glitter and sprinkles together for everything we need. To make the polar bear design, I have standard sized marshmallows that I'm cutting in half 2 times. The first time vertically and the second time horizontally for little polar bear ears. And to stick them on, I'm brushing a layer of white chocolate melt on the bottom of the marshmallows. Although marshmallows are sticky on their own, they need a little help from the chocolate. As for her glow, Penny the polar bear requested a frosty finish with this Wilton edible glitter spray. To apply it, I recommend using short pumps with a light pressure, or a lot comes out at a time. It looks like she got caught in a blizzard. Here, Fiona the Fairy mixed up a black icing with a royal icing mix to match her hair. We are piping the eyes, nose, and mouth with a tip number 3. The consistency allows for a better control to pipe the details rather than piping with chocolate. And all that's missing are her rosy cheeks, which is applied with a pink petal dust and a soft brush. Don't forget the holly leaf sprinkles as her bow. I adhere a green leaf with chocolate, along with 3 red berries, and another leaf on the end, and Penny the polar bear is looking stylish for the North Pole. To bring Mr. Gingerbread to life, pipe white royal icing on top of a gingerbread bomb in a scalloped rickrack pattern, and 2 dotted eyes with a smile using black royal icing. And I cut pink fondant cheeks with a small circle cutter to add them on the corners of his mouth, and finish them off with a gold Tinker Dust. Tinker Dust is an FDA-approved glitter that is 100% safe and edible. Add a dash of it by sprinkling with a shaker, and he's such a simple holiday design with lots of cheer. But now it is time for everyone to hide from the abominable snowman. First, I cut out a circle of turquoise fondant and sliced that in half to make his patches, and brushed on dip and hold edible adhesive to attach them to a white cocoa bomb. This adhesive has so many uses, and it's a convenient alternative to melting chocolate. Once his blue patches are in place, you see the monster coming together with these googly eye sugar decorations. And this black edible marker from Americolor has a pointy tip that's super precise for drawing his nostrils. Back to our edible adhesive, I'm brushing it on where I want his fur to be, which is going to be everywhere except the blue fondant patches. The important thing is to spread an even layer, that way it doesn't go on clumpy. And take a white coarse sanding sugar to coat with his sparkly fur. Coat all around to cover the sides and top of the sphere. Last but not least, for his signature teeth, I pipe them on by dragging the icing down and pointing the end with a toothpick to make them look more sharp. With a full set of teeth, he wants to snack on all the hot cocoa bombs. One of my favorite designs with a glittery ornament, and to achieve them, I paired the blue cocoa bomb with turquoise tinker dust. The best way to do this is to evenly coat with dab and hold, making sure there is enough but evenly spread around. And shake the tinker dust a little at a time and rotate as you're shaking. If you pile it on with a spoon or brush, the effect won't be as intense. As for the gold ornament, I have a plain gingerbread cocoa bomb and gold tinker dust. I like having the tan gingerbread color as a base instead of a darker chocolate or white chocolate to complement the gold glitter and make everything shine. To complete the ornament, I used Smarties candies with mini Reese's cups and stuck the Smartie on top of the Reese's with melted chocolate as my glue, holding them down for about 10 seconds before letting go. It will be even more realistic after painting them with a gorgeous edible paint. I mix silver and gold paints by combining edible luster dust with small drops of clear vodka. The Everclear gives the most intense look since it is a higher proof. When handling them, the paint may transfer onto your fingers, so you can always touch it up after securing the ornament cap and loop on top with melted chocolate. That definitely belongs on the Christmas tree. The combination of the tinker dust and shiny paint really pops and makes this cocoa bomb even more magnificent. Santa wants us to spice up his suit. Here I have a red iridescent luster dust, which I'm packing on with a brush. If you prefer to leave the red cocoa bomb plain and shiny on its own, but it's even more special for Santa. As for his leather belt and buckle, I cut gold shimmer fondant with a small square cookie cutter, then cut out the center of that with an even smaller square cutter. And the belt was just a long strip of black fondant to fit across the entire cocoa bomb, which I'm adhering with edible adhesive and doing the same with the buckle smack in the middle. I also gave Santa some extra holiday swag by painting the buckle with gold edible paint, making sure not to miss anything and painting around the edges. On the irresistible sugar cookie, I put the spiral by zigzagging lime green icing, making each branch longer as I worked my way to the bottom. And of course, we have to light up the tree with rainbow bead sprinkles. Sprinkle on the gold tinker dust and top with a gold star sprinkle to make your holidays even brighter. The final design is the Little Debbie tree cake inspired one. I should have added yummy cake flavoring to my cocoa bomb, such as the Lorraine oil and cake batter. Their oils are great for flavoring chocolate if you'd like to try it out. The look is to drizzle on red chocolate and sprinkle green coarse sanding sugar on top while the chocolate is still wet. You can drizzle with a plastic squeeze bottle or a plastic bag with a tiny corner snipped off. I demonstrated both. It's all based on what you like working with. And for my peppermint bomb, I decorated with a white drizzle and crushed peppermint. It is time to put our cocoa bombs in the festive advent box, which we're going to DIY. I found 12 of these square wooden craft boxes from Dollar Tree, and I made a notch by cutting behind the drawer with an X-Acto knife for where we pull it open. Next, I painted each box with red acrylic craft paint and adhered jazzy scrapbooking paper on the front of the drawer with Mod Podge, along with assorted number stickers, and finished by hot gluing each box together to look something like this. I don't recommend hot gluing the scrapbooking paper on the drawers. Mod Podge leaves the surface flat without bumps. To put the cocoa bombs in the box, take your drawer and push a cupcake liner all the way to the bottom. Then remove the liner from the cocoa bomb and gently place it in. Keep in mind the 60mm fits inside of the boxes. You can also use 50mm as well. The only designs that wouldn't fit are the ornaments. The polar bear's ears are in the clear as long as you place them more towards the top of his head rather than closer to the seam of the cocoa bomb. All of our Christmas pals have a cozy place to sleep leading up until Christmas morning. And when you try the flavored ones, you'll definitely want to make more, like this sugar cookie cup of cocoa. I hope you guys enjoyed making these 12 days of cocoa bombs with me, and you serve them with hot milk on a cold winter day. It's Christina here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.